Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl Shay Daladon. You can call me Shay, you can call me Daladon. Whatever you do, be respectful. We do respect around here because mutual respect goes a long way, right? All right. So today we're going to get into some messages. A lot of people wonder what kind of gifts that they have, and Spirit has shown me that there's a lot of people, well, a specific person in my life wondered if they have this gift. But of course, this doesn't just go to one person. Many of us have multiple gifts, okay? So we're going to get into some of the messages that I had over the last few weeks that I did not deliver because sometimes my visions or my gifts come in like pieces of a puzzle. So I like to put the pieces to the puzzle first before I go out and share this with you guys. Now, how did I know it was the time for me to share this? Because Spirit handed me my camera and said, you better get out there and go say these messages. So this is what I'm going to do today, okay? Now, some of you guys have been seeing rabbits, bunnies. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side, okay? You know, whatever you've been dreaming of, hoping for right now, you are a powerful manifester. Manifest good things into your life, and remember not to hinder your manifestation or block it by thinking that you're undeserving, because you are deserving. Okay, so remove the negative thoughts so that the manifestation can come to you. Okay, also, some of you guys have been seeing birds. Birds is a good sign as well. Remember, birds are the link between heaven and the earth. Okay, so if you've been seeing birds, specifically white birds, the other day I saw an umbrella cockatoo. Maybe someone here has one or thinks of one or just is in love with that type of bird. This bird represents joy, okay? And I when I looked up this bird, because I didn't know what it was called, so I had to look it up. And I was like, oh my God, this bird is so cute. Like, it really is. I also saw ravens. Maybe you guys have been seeing ravens lately. Red ravens, you know, your spirit guides, your ancestors are definitely walking with you, okay? You might have been seeing a lot of feathers lately. Like the other day, I saw like a bunch of feathers and I was just like, whoa, does this mean divinely protected? And then I got the confirmation, yes, I am divinely protected, and so are you. That is what I'm going to speak over your life. All right, some of you guys also have been speaking a lot of things into your life. Now that I said that, that's so crazy how that just went into that. Some of you guys have been speaking things into your life, or when you speak, you are actually creating different realities, right? In different realms. Okay, the other day I had a vision about one of my children, and it was so interesting because I was in another realm where my child was acting different, okay, like the opposite gender, and I was just like, I don't get it, and it was upsetting me. Like it was so upsetting. And then later that day, I picked up my kids from school, and then I asked my child, and I said, hey, do you have like a crush on somebody? Do other people have a crush on you? Like, what's your love life looking like, right? And my kid literally spoke about the other realm, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like they're like, you know, sometimes I'm from the alternate universe, and when I'm from this other realm, I'm this type of way and stuff like this. Like, I'm like, child, what? And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you anymore because this is too much for me. Like, but I love my kids. I do. I love my kids. That's for them when they see this. Okay. All right. And then this morning, this is how I knew it was time to send out these messages, because I started having visions about a specific church. Okay. So maybe you guys go to a church, or maybe you are, you have a lot of faith, right? And remember, faith is what unites us. Okay. I remember when I was younger, I used to go to this church called Faith United Ministries. And this is a church that I could say is legit. I can say it's legit. It's legit for me, okay? And the reason why I say this, because I visit a lot of other churches, and the Most High would show me what certain churches are going through. So some churches are going to have empty containers, meaning money is not going to come to them. Money is not flowing to them because they are not doing the right thing, okay? I did have that vision. This church that I got, recently has a lot of gifted women in this church. You ever get that feeling when someone's just like, thank you, baby. Thank you, sugar. And there's a vibration that comes with that when they speak that to you. Man, that's the vibration that these women have when they pray over you, okay? So that also reminds me to tell somebody, be careful who is praying over you, because not everybody is praying for the same things that you are desiring, right? Like, for example, I would love to have something new in my life. I'm not going to list what that is because I don't want nobody to pray against it. But I want to have something new. And then I realized that I was sharing too much of my desires with certain people. I could not, I had to learn to slow it down. Now, I'm not telling you not to tell anybody, but you have to know that there's a time and a place, okay? And there's a time for everything. Maybe now is not the time for you guys to be sharing your desires. That's a message for somebody. Now is not the time to be just telling everybody, oh, can you pray for me? I'm really trying to get this. Because some people don't want you to have that. Somebody thinks that that thing that you're looking for is the devil. Okay? And that's not true. Your mind, your thought process is what you make it. So if you have a negative mindset, you are going to attract the negativity. Keep that in mind. It's like when people are like, oh, I need some money. Can you pray for me to get some money? And then that person goes, money is the root of all evil. Because you told the wrong person. And it's not the root of all evil. It's the obsession of money. In this realm, in the 3D realm that we live in, we need money. Okay, we need abundance. We need to even do exchanges. Okay, that's a form of money. That's a form of exchange. Okay, if I give you a gift, you give me back a gift. That's how we reciprocate. Okay, so sometimes you got to be careful who you telling your desires to. That's a message for somebody. Be careful who you telling your desires to. Okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to tell just anybody. Okay. And by the way, if you guys keep seeing me looking down, it's because I write down all of the messages that I get. Did I introduce myself? If I haven't, forgive me. I know I just be giving out my name, but I do got some gifts, okay? And that's actually what we're going to talk about today. I am an intuitive seer. I have the gift of clairaudio. Oh, my ear is going off right now. I got the gift of clairaudio, clairvisual, claircognizance, and clairsentience, okay? And I will tap into what some of these gifts mean, so that way, if you wonder if you have these gifts, you can co-sign and say, man, I've had a similar experience, and then you can start thinking about your own experience that can edify, like, yeah, you have these gifts. Remember, the more you exercise these gifts is the more that these gifts will become more stronger, because you're giving it life instead of shutting it down. I don't want you to shut down these gifts, okay? And we're going to get into that, why we don't want to shut down these gifts as well. I'm speaking so fast. I'm going to slow it down by taking a deep breather. All right. I feel like I just spat all of that out. Like, okay, let's slow it down. Okay, we are at 8:30. 8 could be a special number for somebody. Okay, I don't know why it just stuck out to me, but 8. Okay, some of you guys, all right, I'm gonna list some of the gifts. I'm gonna list all of them actually, and then we're gonna go over what do these gifts mean. Okay, some of you guys are realm jumpers. Some of you guys are healers. Some of you guys have the gift in your voice. Claircognizance, clairaudio, clairvisual, clairsentient, as well as telepathy. Okay, those are just some of the gifts that we are gonna talk about today. If you stay this far, stay tuned, where we're gonna get into a deeper dive, not too deep, but a deeper dive into what these gifts mean, okay? Now, some of you guys are realm jumpers. Now, the realm jumper, you can see alternate universe of a version of yourself, okay? Let me give you the example. You ever had a situation and it's like it can either go left or it could go right? Now, you imagine to yourself, what happens if that situation goes left? That's the alternate universe. And then whatever right situation it is, it's what you're walking into your right path right now. Think of it like that, okay? However, when you are in a meditative state, you can actually jump into this other realm where this may happen, where things are left, okay? You know what movie just came to my mind right now? I think the movie is called Us, where the little girl got sucked into like a hole or something, and there was another version of herself, and that version jumped into this realm, and her true version jumped into the other realm. Okay, somebody needs to go watch that movie. Okay, I hope I gave you the right movie. If not, I'll try to put it in the comments below what movie I was referring to. Also, as a realm jumper, another movie you may want to look into is Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, where there's literally different multiverses of what's happening, of what your situation is, right? Maybe in this universe, you may be single as a Pringle, okay? But there is an alternate universe where you did end up expanding that relationship that you had with that person, your special person, and in that universe, you guys are still thriving, still going through your ups and downs, right? Because nothing is perfect, okay? The reason why we're talking about realm jumping is that I jumped into another realm recently in my meditative state, so I could see what was happening. And I called up my twin. I said, yo, twin, like, I had the strangest moment where I jumped into another realm. And she said to me, maybe that's where your stress is coming from. I said, bitch, what? I said, keep speaking. She said, remember sometimes those are you, but different versions of you. So if that other version of you is going through something stressful and it's not releasing it, maybe your avatar, okay, the body that you're in now, is picking up on that stress, because you might be saying to yourself, I ain't got no problems. I'm not worried about other things. And, you know, maybe you suppress it. But guess what? That other version of yourself is upset. So make sure you guys are like doing your spiritual practices, praying over yourself, taking spiritual baths, you know, taking time to rest, meditate, and heal. Healing is so important. Listen to some music, okay? Speaking of heal, some of you guys are actual healers, okay? Now, you wonder, how do you know you're a healer? I'm seeing a lot of people's gifts lately, people that I know personally. People that may be wondering if they have this gift of healing. You might this video just jumped on your timeline, okay? And what I saw specifically is that the gift of healing is in your hand, okay? So sometimes when you are touching someone, like someone just touches your shoulder and they go, just a sigh of relief. It just takes away everything that they were going through in that very moment, okay? Sometimes if you embrace somebody like a hug, and they can melt in your hands, it's just like, it's like you lifted that weight off of them. That's healing energy, okay? You have other healing energies like Reiki healing, okay? Some of you guys, you might find yourself working into services, you know, like a nursing, personal support worker, different avenues like that, okay, where your touch is very important, okay? Some of you guys have the power in your voice. Yes, that's another gift, a power in your voice. Now, remember that example when I said, like, my kid was talking about, like, an alternate universe? What Spirit basically clicked for me was, like, when you speak, you are literally creating the reality that you want to be in. Now, you got to tell yourself, for example, I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am in joy. Whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is. I was going through a list of affirmations in my head, but we're not doing that today on this video. If you want to go back and rewind and repeat those 3 that I just gave, go ahead. But the more you speak into this vibration, some of you guys are supposed to be really great speakers. Sometimes someone just needs to hear you specifically tell them, keep going, keep thriving, because it will get better. Okay? Somebody needs to hear that from your voice. This is how you know you have the gift. And of course, with the positive side of the gift, you also have another side of the gift that is more low vibrational. So when you yelling at someone because you're filled with passion, I met this woman, I'll give you an example, where she told me, when people upset her, and she starts praying, sometimes those people end up transitioned. They can't be in this realm. And I'm like, whoo, you got a gift in your voice, right? And it's a real gift. So you have to be careful how you're speaking on your own life. You have to be careful with that, okay? It's like saying, I want $1 million. But then the other part of you is going, I don't think I deserve it. I'm not going to get it by this or that. You now just limited the universe, the Most High, from gifting you the way that maybe it wants to gift you. Imagine you're supposed to just go up and pick up a scratch ticket, scratch it off and win $1 million. And now you can't because you just limited the way the universe is supposed to gift you. Okay? That's where the voice comes in. You have to tell yourself, I am deserving. You have to tell yourself, everything that I want wants me too. Yeah. Okay. And if you don't have a good relationship with money and abundance because you're so busy telling yourself like money is the root of all evil and you need to heal your relationship with money. Otherwise it's not going to come in. It's going to think that you don't want it. And because, you're so busy living in fear, but fear is an illusion. Okay. It really is, because if you make active steps, you might realize what you're going through is not as bad as you thought. Maybe not. Okay. Definitely not. Okay. So some of you guys have the gift in your voice. Now let's get into some of the clairs. Some of you guys have a deep inner knowing, claircognizance. Okay. So it's like when somebody's telling you something and you just know, but that's not making any sense. Okay. Your knowledge, your wisdom comes from the universe, comes from the Most High. Okay. You already know what is valid. Okay, that's a claircognizance gift. So you don't need to always go out and confirm what you know to someone else. That's how you limit the gift. If you want to expand on it, trust your knowing. Trust your knowing. It's like what Miss Frizzle says. Someone has frizzy hair because I'm seeing it. Go out there and make mistakes. You have to make mistakes to be great. That way you don't make the same mistake again. All right? Someone has the gift of clairaudio. You ever remember when you were younger, maybe you experienced this? I know I did. My kid did this to me the other day. He doesn't even know he has this gift. And he comes running in my room. Yes, Ma. You called me, Ma. And I said, no. He's like, I thought I heard your name. I thought I heard you call my name. I said, no, sweetie. I didn't call your name. I didn't. That's the example, all right? You running into whichever room because you thought that person was calling you, and you be like, yeah, you called me? And they're like, no. You all right? That's your clairaudio. It's being exercised, okay? It's being exercised. So keep exercising your clairaudio, okay? Some of you have the gift of clairvisual. You can see pictures. And sometimes too, just because you have the visual gift doesn't always mean you have the clairaudio gift that goes with it, like a movie. Sometimes I see pictures, but I won't hear sound. But then I started to hear sound. And then I was like, oh, okay. My gifts are getting stronger because now I have both. I can see the movie. It's not on mute anymore. I could hear it too. Okay. So sometimes you can have one gift and not the other. Sometimes it could be strong. One gift could be stronger than the other too. So keep that in mind. You could have, this gift can get stronger and it can kick in at any time. So you could be walking down the street and then all of a sudden you see something. You're like, did I just see that? I got some stories. Check out my channel. I remember one time I had somebody in my life that was very dangerous for me. And I was having the visions. And I was ignoring the visions on purpose. Okay? Because God was actually showing me that this person's energy was not clean. And I didn't want to accept the message. Until one day I went to a store, a shop that I've always went to. And this time, there's a lot more people in there that should be in there. It looked like it was packed. See, my phone went off, confirmation. And I even went with a friend of mine who couldn't see what I was seeing. And a person came up to me, a spirit came up to me and said, your friends are not your friends. And then what happened was I received a download, a claircognizance of all the visions that I had about this particular person that I had to leave behind. Okay? That's a message for somebody. You have the gift of clairvisual. Okay? It can happen at any time. Exercise this gift and trust what you saw. The more you trust your gift, okay, is the more your gift is going to get stronger. Period. Some of you have the gift of clairsentient. Now, this gift for me personally came in a little strong one day, like extra strong. Like, you know, the clairsentient gift can start off really small or very not as strong as I would like to say. Just like goosebumps, the chills down your spine and stuff like that. Or what what I get a lot too is like a feather. It's like itching on my nose. Like no matter how much I try to grab my nose, there's a message there, okay? Or my foot or your palm, okay? Itching. These are all your clairsentient gifts kicking in. Now, when I say one day, my gift came in super strong one day. One time, I was standing beside this man, okay? Well, it happened between me and a few men, but that's not the point. One day, I was beep, beep, beep. Oh, got the keys to my Jeep. Okay. One day, my heart started going. Boom, boom. I legit thought I was going to have a cardiac arrest because I said, oh God, not today. That's what I said. I said, oh God, not today. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it out loud because I'm around people and I'm like, I just knew something was off, and then I could feel it. And then I could hear my heart just beat. At least I thought it was my heartbeat. I could hear the boom, 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 boom. And then the next minute, the person I was with said, Shay, I gotta tell you something. And I said, oh shit. And then all of it started to go down. My heart started to go back down. The thumping in my ears started to subside. And I was just like, what you want to tell me? And they basically shared how much they admired me. And I was like, that's what you were scared about. And I said, I admire you too, with respect. Okay. This happened to me a few times. Like, when a person's just really under a lot of nervousness or distress, they have something they want to say. Like, I remember one time I was beside another guy and I could feel his whole body get aroused. And I was just like, huh? What is going on? And I'm not going to turn to a man and say, are you turned on right now? Like, that's just not going to happen for me. Okay. But what happened after was I got a call. I got a call from somebody and they described the person from head to toe. And they basically said, this person likes you. And sometimes it's not actually the person. Sometimes too, it could be also their guides, their spirit guides, who just admire your energy. Okay. It's like, you know, when you have animals, that animals come up to you. Like, I attract a lot of dogs and cats don't like nobody, but I get cats who walk all over me. And I'm just like, at first I was scared of cats, like terrified, but cats just, I had to get used to it, because cats just end up loving me. All right. And yeah, so that clairsentient gift is what you're feeling, that feeling, that vibration. Okay. That just knowing, like, why is the back of my head so itchy? Like, it's because there's a knowledge, like, knock, knock. You got to know this. All right. Another gift that a lot of us are getting this year. I know I started getting this gift years ago because I asked about it. I asked my angels. I asked God, the Most High. I asked anybody out in the universe that was listening to me, do I have the gift of telepathy? And then I started getting visions of telephone calls, like, ring. And then I was just like, hello. And I was just like, oh my gosh, telephone, telepathy. Like, I got to get the telepathy. And then when I would see the person on the other line telling me what they're telling me, I would come out of that meditative state and I would call the person. I'd be like, hey, do you know that? Brr? And guess what? They cut me off, and they are already telling me what they already told me through telepathy. And I would be like, oh, that's cool. Now, let's get into this. A lot of you guys are like, yeah, but I don't want to know all these gifts, or I'm afraid of these gifts. I had a lot of people tell me that they're afraid of their gifts. But let me tell you something. There will be a time and a place where you will need this gift. This gift will save your life, okay? In the news recently, there was a young lady who went somewhere with her fiance, and her fiance ended up, right? A lot of her gifts kicked in and was telling her, this is not it. I'm not supposed to be here with this man. Now imagine if she did not ignore her claircognizance, okay? Her deep knowing. She would most likely still be here today. Hopefully, maybe it was her time. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe she left early. We're not getting into that political side of it, but I'm just giving you guys an example, okay? What if she had that gift of telepathy that would know that her fiance was not actually into her the way he proclaimed to be into her? That gift was very important at that very time. Now, you could turn these gifts on and you could turn them off, okay? You will know when it's important to use any of these gifts that I listed today. It's very important. Some of you guys have been wondering what gift you have. How do you know if you have this gift? Now, I do have some letters. I don't really like saying names. I really don't, because it might discourage people who do have this gift, and they're like, but Shay didn't call out my letter or didn't call out my name. That's not the point. If you made it this far into this specific video, most likely you have one of these gifts. And how did I know I was supposed to come on here? Because Spirit handed me my camera. Okay. I'm a photographer, by the way. When I want to make cash in this 3D realm, I do photography, I do videography. I make a lot of videos for clients who want to expand on their platforms and things like that. So Spirit handed me my camera today and said, girl, you better get out there. And I picked up my camera. I picked it up because someone needed these messages today. All right. So the letters that I do have today, we're going to go with letters, because I don't want to get into names, except for the name Nikki. That's actually really, really important for somebody. Nikki. Okay, so your letters could be N as in Nikki. It could be B as in Bravo. It could be D as in Dave, Davison. It could be F as in Friday, full. It could be T, like Tracy. It could be J, like John. It could be like G, like grace. Yeah, those are some of the letters that I got. I'm hearing names. Forgive me, guys. I'm hearing names. But I'm like, I said that letter. S. S, yeah. Like Shay. Me. I'm one of those people. I have this gift. Yeah. And some of you guys have laid hands on people. Some of you guys have laid hands on people that needed you to pray over them, and it worked. It worked. You prayed, you touched somebody, you prayed over them. It worked, baby. It worked. My phone is going crazy. Like, so much confirmations. This is like, this is wild. This is live, okay? All right. So I'm gonna go get out of here because your girl got things to do. I was so excited to share this messages today because it's somebody that really needed it. Somebody really needed it. And I'm glad that I was able to give it to you. Somebody likes poutine. Someone loves poutine. Like, if here in Canada, people from around the world, if you're watching from around the world, poutine is like a dish with fries, cheese, and gravy. Okay. Also, I got a message earlier this week too that someone's hair is fried. Listen, bald is the new sexy, baby. Now, the hair grows back, okay? But someone's hair is fried. I saw that too. Take care of your hair. Do what you got to do. Cut off the fried parts. Cut it off. It's not, you can't do anything with damaged hair, okay? Some people need to see a dentist. I got that message again. I did that message earlier this week too. And remember, be obedient, okay? Be obedient. If you are called to do whatever you need to do, try to get it done. Because that's how, when you do the work, okay? You get paid to do the work. You do. You get paid. Now, again, don't be limiting the universe, the Most High, on how you will be paid. Don't do that, okay? Why block your blessings? If you want to block your blessings, that is on you. Okay, but we ain't doing that here on this channel. I'm speaking life onto you. I'm speaking great blessings into you, right? And I am asking God to give you favor and grace. Okay, I remember one time, quick story before I go. I prayed about it. I said, God, can you please send me favor and please send me grace? And you know what literally happened? My friend, my little sis, she called me. She goes, hey Shay, what's up? I be having visions of you. Guess what her name is? Favor. Okay. And then also, I went back home, right? I moved out of my hometown. Some of you guys need to leave your hometown to expand on your gifts, by the way. And I met my boy's girlfriend. Guess what her name was? Grace. The universe be playing like favor and grace, okay? But we speaking that onto your life. We speaking good vibrations onto your life, all right? Now, thank you for joining me. I am your girl, Shay Dalladan. You can call me Shay. You can call me Dalladan, okay? Because the money abundance, we keep flowing, and we gonna master that with wisdom, okay? Dalladan, you a Dalladan, okay? Remember, be respectful. Be respectful to me, be respectful to yourself, and be respectful to each other, okay? That's really important. I send you guys lots of love. I'm just checking if I have any more messages before I go. That's why I keep looking down. But anyways, be respectful. Have a great moment of your life, and do not limit yourself. I'm sending you guys lots of love and lots of light. And remember, some of you got some spiritual hitters. Take care. All right, family, thank you so much for joining in. Please do not forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who you may think they got some magical gifts, okay? Leave a wonderful comment in the comment section for someone who may need it so we could keep spreading good vibrations out here. Take care.